Hi, my name is Amelia Poplin, and today I'll be talking about entomology. The main subject I'm going to talk about in the entomology category is moths. Also, I want to have a little presentation I want to tell you, and it's about one of my moths that I used to have. So, during Hurricane Florence, me and my family noticed a big green blob on one of our oak trees outside in our backyard, and we were wondering it might be a caterpillar, so maybe we could go outside and try to catch it in the pouring rain. Well, turns out it was a caterpillar, and we decided to take it inside our house so we could learn more about it. So, this is a picture of that caterpillar, and I put my finger up to it so you could see how long it was. It's about a little bit longer than my middle finger. So that same day, me and my mom researched and tried to figure out what type of caterpillar it might be and what type of moth it would become so we could see what we could feed it. Well, we found out after a little bit of researching that it would become a polyphemus moth and that it really liked oak trees and it liked oak leaves. Well, that kind of makes sense because we found Mr. Caterpillar right here on an oak tree. So, after that, we got some limbs off of the oak tree and got some leaves for him to eat so he could eat the leaves and climb on the limbs. This right here is a picture of him inside a clear container and him climbing on one of the limbs, so he's climbing up to eat some leaves. So next I will talk about moth life cycle. So also while we were searching for information about him, we found out that moths and butterflies have a life cycle and do not live as long as we do. Their life cycle is pretty cool though, so why don't we talk about the stages in their life cycle? So first of all, moths and butterflies are small, very small caterpillars inside small eggs. And then after a little bit, depending on the type of caterpillar, they emerge from the egg and eat a lot of leaves. Now, the polyphemus caterpillar has 5 instar stages, and it is like that as a caterpillar. So, when we found this caterpillar, he was in his 5th instar stage. So we only had a day or two before he made his cocoon and finished eating off the leaves. So all caterpillars, once they make their cocoon, they stay in their home for a while and then finally emerge as a butterfly or a moth. Moths usually live up to a week or two before they die. So then I would like to talk about this. So once Gigantor made his cocoon, he stayed in there for a while. So we found him around September 16th, 2018, and he made his cocoon around September 18th. And that's when he finally finished making it, and then that's the beginning. So it's completely made out of silk. If he was out in the wild, it probably would have been leaves and silk. So once he emerged, he was very beautiful. So the date that he emerged was June 4th, 2019. So he stayed in his cocoon and overwintered for like 8.5 months. So he stayed in there for a while. And man, he must have been tired. So they go through this process called overwintering. Most moths do, depending on what type of caterpillar it is. They go through this special thing called overwintering, and they overwinter and usually emerge in the spring, and that's what happened. So then I'd like to talk about that. You see these weird little oval shaped things? That is a defense mechanism so things do not eat it. It scares away its predators so nothing will come near it. There are some also on the other end of it, but you cannot see that. Also, I'd like to talk about, on this picture, he also has eyes. So they are on the underside and on the top side. So no matter what position he's in, doesn't matter, nothing will disturb him. So then next, I'd like to talk about these little antennae right here. Well, these antennae can be very useful. Be a handyman's man. So they are used as feelers so he can navigate where he's going. And then also they can be used as a good sense of smell. Also, they can orient him during flight, so it can help him fly around, keep his balance. And then last, it can help him to detect pheromones and see, oh, there might be a mate nearby. Maybe I should fly over there. I think also that he can communicate. He can talk with other things, other moths, to let them know, hey, can we mate? So, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. So, last, I'd like to talk about, this is one of my box collections. And this is very special to me because Gigantor is right there to this day. He was a very special moth to me. He was my first moth that I got to have, that I saw as a caterpillar, made its cocoon, and then it actually turned out as a moth. So he was my first one that I got to see do that. And I thought that was very special. So I'd like to thank you all for listening to my presentation and about my polyphemus moth, Gigantor, and also other interesting things about moths. And I hope you all enjoyed my presentation. Thank you.